Hello, welcome to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is the reading for those of you whose favorite color is yellow, or one of your favorite colors is yellow. I used to be obsessed with the color yellow. I went from goth in ninth grade to nothing but yellow. And a friend that I actually met in ninth grade, her favorite color was and is still orange. So that kind of like those colors became like associated with us and still with her because like she still loves the color orange and drives like a huge orange Dodge Ram. I went from yellow like everything to black again, just not like in a gothy way, I guess. And anyway, whatever, I still love the color yellow, but this has also just been so much fun to do. It's definitely is different than my quote unquote like normal content, and it also gave me an opportunity to like go through all of my decks and separate them. And also, I mean, we're using some decks that I've never used before. This deck was like still in its wrapping. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Which also like I think is just like a theme for yellow, fun, energetic. We think warmth, welcoming, did I say energetic, happy? We think like solar plexus as well, which is self-esteem, expression. So yeah. Is there anything else? I feel like I'm missing something. I will say, like, I tried to do this reading 4 times yesterday, and oh my gosh, today is April 11th. I'm not even sure. I want to post these all like at the same time. So I have no clue actually when these are going to be released, but yesterday I was like in the depths of effing hell, like kind of like really dramatic, and it felt that way. Man, I do not remember a time, and I know I've been there, but I just don't remember the last time that I just felt that bad. And I did try to sit here and do the reading because I was like, if I can just, kind of focus on the reading, focus on something else, then that'll just kind of help me shift out of whatever the hell that was. And I just couldn't do it. So that might be just a message that you need to hear too. Like, it's one thing to try, and of course, trying is great. But it's also just, recognizing what you need to do to take care of yourself. Because I was just like, thankfully, the income generating work that I do is really flexible. And I was just like, I'm just done like for the day. And I literally just put like my whole existence on the lowest level of, I forgot my little stones out here, of operation, and went into self-care mode. So anyway, maybe that is something that you need to hear as well, that it's one thing to try or to, shift your energy, but sometimes you just need to relax, Okay, so let's move into your reading. I'm going to pull cards for like 4 different sections. We're going to pull, I'll take that. We're going to pull a tarot card. I have 2 tarot decks. I have 2 oracle decks. So we're going to pull, all of the tarot cards. We're going to pull clarifiers for each one of them. We're going to pull the oracle cards, and then we'll pull, I want to say like not even a clarifier, but I want amplifier, but that's not even correct. But a complementer, like a complementary, I don't know. So we'll see what comes out. Actually, that's kind of interesting. So this first position here is your current energy, or kind of just where you're at, the energy that's surrounding you, the focus, what you're dealing with. And we have the 8 of Cups. I'm also so glad to be using this deck. This has always been like one of my favorite decks, and I can't even tell you the last time I used it. I actually think this is the deck that I used for the first ever videos that I put out on this channel, the Spellcaster's Tarot. Oh, sorry. The second position, what you are not seeing, or like what you could potentially be avoiding or suppressing, not showing people. I'm telling you, like my mood between today and yesterday, holy crap. Okay, all right. We have the King of Cups. Right? Yeah. And then the third card is what is coming in, or like what's transforming, shifting, opening up for you. Lots of Cups energy so far. I mean, lots, you know, two Cups cards so far. What's coming in? The 5 of Cups. And the guidance or advice, future focus, what you're moving towards. The 9 of Swords. All right. And let's clarify each one. Okay. Let's clarify the 8 of Cups. Let's clarify the 8 of Cups. Do we take 3 cards? I guess. We have the Queen of Cups, the 6 of Arrows or the 6 of Swords, and the Justice card. And for the King of Cups, No. That was like 5 cards. Okay. We have the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. We'll move cards around. And then let's clarify the 5 of Cups. We have the 7 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, and the 5 of Wands. All right, and let's clarify the 9 of Swords. The Grandfathers, or the Star card. All right. And let's get the Oracle card. We have Wildcat, number 44. Be still and tune in, for there is something afoot lurking alongside you. All right, and let's get a note from the universe. Okay, so let me just move things around. I'll read this card when I come back. Okay. The exemplar of bowls is actually the King of Cups. So we have 2 King of Cups energies out here, which is cool. This universe card says, you're the kind of person who saves so much time every month with wise decisions, creative thoughts, and simple kindness that if you were anyone else, you'd toot your own horn. Take the next week off and stop feeling guilty for not doing more. Really, the universe. Yes, simple kindness saves time. It also extends lives, loudens laughter, and compounds interest. And yes, loudens is a word now. Yeah. It's interesting that I was talking about my like experience yesterday, and I do, anytime I sit down to do a reading, anything that happens, I do attribute to the energy of who I'm reading, the cards for. So I do believe that, and it doesn't have to be that you are experiencing the same exact thing, but I feel like this card, the universe card, is like, you need to give yourself a break and give yourself more credit than what you give yourself, because it's like anybody else who was either doing as much as you or, showing up in the way that you are, or whatever the case may be, you would celebrate them and you would tell them that they deserve a break, right? But it's like not being able to extend that same level of kindness or grace or compassion to yourself. Even this, be still and tune in, for there is something afoot lurking alongside you. It's like, it's one of those things of you could miss something by staying busy, or, how do you pour from an empty cup? Like, in what ways are you taking care of yourself? Which I feel like is a really big part of a healing journey. It's realizing and recognizing what it is that you need in order to fill your own cup. And what practices are emptying them. We start with the Eight of Cups over here, which is your current energy, or, like what's currently surrounding you, your focus. What I love, though, about this card, and I can't even say that I've ever seen it this way, is that, obviously this is a skeleton walking away, right? But it almost, like, this looks like not skin. Like, I don't think it's like, it could be, actually saying that out loud, it's like, it's literally shedding a skin. To me, it looks like clothes though, but it's really getting like to the literal bare bones of things. And I have no doubt that with this card being the first card that came out, the level of depth that you have gone within yourself, and there is like a purpose of seeking balance and, finding direction. I want to say, like, I was going to say asserting your mindset, but I'm not entirely sure, like, if that makes sense, but I think it's more about what is your mindset and how much in control or not are you of that. Or even just aware of it. The Six of Swords is also it's the mental card of moving beyond something, moving away from something. In the traditional tarot, they're moving out of choppy waters, and water in the tarot represents cups, represents our emotions. So it's moving out of rigid or now I want to say torrential, but that's not the right word. I don't know what's up with that. Like, maybe these words are actually correct, but it's just not. Because what is torrential? Torrential, like, we think of torrential downpour, right? Like, it's torrential. Falling rapidly and in copious quantities. flowing rapidly and with force. Yeah. I mean, that could work. But the point is they're leaving behind the choppiness, the all overness, and they're moving towards, in the Six of Swords, they're moving towards peace and calm. Swords have to do with our mind, our thoughts, beliefs, ideas, truth, and honesty, logic. I also see swords as being the suit of ego, because that's generally where we tend to hear our ego is in our mind. And our egos are created by the stories that we attach to experiences, feelings. Something happens, we attach a meaning to it, and then, it gets filed away and it becomes part of our personality and part of our identity. And it's, it becomes part of the filter of how we perceive our lives, right? So, and also too, like how we're even communicating all those things. So all of that is to say, the Eight of Cups is making an emotional decision. It's recognizing that what is in these jars down here, it really is not serving you. And if anything, it could have been killing you in whatever capacity, whether that's just emotionally draining you, whether that's, something that would have to do with your emotions, even, just kind of murkying things up, not being able to even intuit things, because intuition is involved with our emotions and cups. Love as well. How do we give it? But more importantly, how do we receive love? Do we even know how we want to be loved? Because I think a lot of us, like, we have an easier time offering support, or, like being there. And again, even going back to this universe card here, we have an easier time giving compassion and grace to other people than we do with giving it to ourselves, right? So, and not only are they walking away from these Eight Cups here, but they're walking towards a Nine of Cups. And I know we don't have it out here on the table, but the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, having your desires met, feeling purposeful, feeling fulfilled. And I also, like, with the King of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Justice card here, there's clearly been like a lot of work that you have been doing. The King of Cups talks about emotional maturity, emotional clarity, regulation, nervous system regulation as well. Even, like in the ways that you connect with people, or in the ways that you communicate your emotions, or even like how you emotionally respond to outside influence or like outside stimuli, because kings are the highest expression of the suit, right? There's generally other people involved when there's a king, right? Like they're overseeing a kingdom. So people can look to you as a guide or an example. Even, like there's two people in this card. There could be an older person involved here that has maybe even been a role model for you, or somebody that you strive to be like, or somebody that you learn from. The Justice card, it says balance on here. That's Libra. It's a number 11. I kind of love that we have 11 and 44 out here. It's 9:44. I just looked at the time. Interesting. But it's about balance and fairness. Things leveling off. And again, that could also have to do with you in relation to others. And even potentially wanting to be more in community or in connection where there's more balance, there's more reciprocity. Like, the cup that you are pouring into also, like, that pours into your cup as well. Or, it doesn't just take. There's something where what you are giving, you are also in return receiving in some capacity. Whatever that is, You're being appreciated. You're being recognized. And this could, of course, like be the focus. This could be something that you are already at a point of achieving in some capacity, because we do have the King of Cups out here. And then we do also have the King of Cups in the second position of like what is hidden. So yeah, I mean, or the thing that is, being avoided or suppressed. And I just wonder if it's a matter of like, I don't feel like you're trying to like hide something from anybody or anything like that. Right? It doesn't even really feel like you need to like kind of hustle in private. It doesn't even feel like that, but it does feel like more of an internal recognition. And also it may just be a matter of you needing to recognize where you're at now versus where you were in relation to, again, your emotional regulation, your emotional maturity, even like your attachment to or connection to, interesting, your intuition and how that shows up for you. The sun is like pretty prominent throughout these cards too. I mean, this kind of looks more like the moon, but this lion here with Leo. And even like with the sun, right? I mean, we think yellow. We also think, I mean, it's a luminary, right? And your sun in your natal chart, like that's part of your personality. That's how you express yourself. That's potentially how people see you. So yeah, like it just, with this kind of double confirmation with the King of Cups, there's this, like, your own recognition needs to be had, your own acknowledgement of where you're at. And even like I was saying, about my day yesterday, even recognizing when the waters get really choppy, and the waves feel really big, right? Like How do you take care of yourself in those moments? Like the King of Cups would take the next week off. Stop feeling guilty for not doing more. Toot your own horn. Acts of kindness. Whether that is something that is directed towards yourself or if it's directed towards other people, because also too, being able to give yourself the grace, the compassion, then like you're able to like show up as that role model or offer guidance to other people in that capacity as well, because you know what it feels like. You know how hard it is. You also know how necessary it is. And of course, like it doesn't have to be, like I literally just stopped moving, it doesn't have to be that, like it could just be taking yourself out of whatever the hustle is. It could just be, like switching your focus from, like putting a lot of pressure onto yourself and allowing yourself to read or get creative in some type of way, or, even just like separate yourself from the thing in general. Connect with your friends, your family, like your community. And we have the 10 of Wands and then the 10 of Pentacles here. And it's interesting because the 10 of Wands talks about burn out. Tens are also a completion. The king is a highest expression of the suit as well. So there could just be this recognition here that like some phase of where you're at in your healing journey, even over here with, both of these cards do talk about direction. And even if it's like you don't know exactly the direction that you're heading in, it's allowing your mind and your emotions to be open to moving forward anyway, or even, focusing on something different. Focusing on, like potential next steps, potential, manifestations that are coming up. Like, this is reaching a culmination point. And there needs to be some sort of recognition in there as well. Hey, I'm at this point now, right? Like, and now it's time to move on to the next phase or the next step. And why I was saying that with the 10 of Wands, like I see Wands as being, well, it's fire, right? So it's our motivations, it's, inspiration as well, creativity, motivation behind the actions that you take. Passion, desires. I also see Wands as being information by way of experience, because that's what you get by trying things. You figure out what works, what doesn't work, what do you like, what don't you like. And truly, the only way to figure those things out is by doing and stumbling your way through them. And, the trial and error process, the being a beginner process, the life lessons process. And again, like with the 10 of Wands, it's taking all of the information that you've learned, all of the things that you have tried, all of the things that have worked, all of the things that haven't. And it's, again, also too, like it's moving away from the thing that could potentially be causing you burnout or to feel burdened. There's, even delegating responsibilities, taking things off of your plate. I also even love that, like they're painting here. I'm kind of actually curious. Your life has been a series of adventures. You have earned health and a wealth of experience. Now you come home to rest and to integrate the many experiences you have collected. You are full of ideas, so many you may not know where to begin to implement them all. You want to give back to the world, to teach others, to pass on your knowledge accumulated so far. You have acquired the artist's eye, the poet's heart, and the musician's ear. You're both fulfilled and at the point of a new beginning. Take time for yourself. This is a turning point. You have just reached a plateau and will soon step into a new level. I am glad I read that. And then the 10 of Pentacles says, you have been discovered. A place has been made for you in the marketplace. You have found your niche. You can be an exciting and adventurous. This can be an exciting and adventurous period. You may at times long for the quiet role of the student or novice. Fame may tempt you to overwork or overproduce. Use caution. Remember your real values. Keep your priorities straight. Your inner peace and conviction are what brought you here. Don't be tempted to set them aside. You have reached a peak. Always understand that peaks are temporary. Enjoy it. Use it to your advantage and comfortably prepare for the next phase, which will place you in the role of student once again. You will be moving on to a higher level of learning as the apprentice of stones, which is the Page of Pentacles. But bro, how cool is this? Because I don't know if I'm even going to be able to accurately describe. So the 10 of Wands here was talking about like acquiring all this experience, right? Like they're sitting here. This really is, the 10 of Pentacles mentions it, right? It's like you finding your place. And it's interesting that this is like, in the section of what is hidden. Maybe you have an idea of what you want to do, how you want to show up literally in the world, right? Because again, with kings, they show up, they are seen, by other people. And you have like the chops, right? But how do you bring it out of yourself? We have the 5 of Cups over here in the, what's coming in, what's transforming. And like what I'm getting from this, the 5 of Cups talks about grief, loss, depression, even homeostasis as well, in the sense of like your baseline. It's waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's focusing literally on what hasn't worked out and not considering that there are 2 cups remaining. And that could just be like your nervous system, but like what your nervous system is attuned to based on your life, literally, like your experiences, even like other people's reactions to your success, to your emotional stability, or even your emotional instability. Holy shit, there's this big ass bee outside. Is that like a bumblebee? I thought it was a hummingbird for a second. It's a bee. I love it. And these cards have bees on them. I'm going to look up, what is it? What is a bee? Productivity, community, teamwork, and the sweetness of life achieved through hard work. Dedication, focus, fertility, finding joy in service. Job well done. This is, okay, how do I say it? Okay, sorry. I'm like, how do I say the words that are in my head? Like, this 7 of Cups over here, it's like they're like being swept away by like the current bowls or cups, again, like having to do with our emotions. It's like being overstimulated. Maybe it's too many converging emotions happening, because we also have the 10 of Cups here, which is joy and bliss and feeling part of community. It's like finding your people. There's a family aspect in there, just even a sense of belonging, feeling fulfilled, feeling purposeful, right? Like everybody's cup is full. And not only that, like that's kind of what I was talking about with the King of Cups. And maybe I was talking about it somewhere about reciprocity. Like you're capable of pouring into other cups, but also other cups are pouring into yours as well. And that's kind of the whole, how do you give love, but also how do you receive it? Because that's no longer putting your hand over your cup. Oh, I don't need it. Yeah, I'm good. That's, thank you so much for filling my cup. Like that's being with people or with, community that it's like everybody takes care of everybody. This 5 of Wands here, I actually want to read. I think it was a 5 of Wands. Your vision has brought a portion of your dream to you, but not all forces are yet aligned with your dream. Your own mind may wander from your vision. You may have friends or relatives who disapprove. The world may not currently accept what you have to offer. It is time to face these things and lure the universe to accommodate you. Holding the highest good that you can imagine in the mind, begin to enter the unknown. Whether you are engaged in a hunt whether you are engaged in a hunt in the forest or entering into a new marriage or a new career, you are stepping alone into a force field much larger than yourself. You are seeking only one prize, the cherished central key to your dream. Perhaps it is a person's ongoing love, maybe a position where your creative works will be recognized and encouraged, or an inner step of development that you have been longing to achieve. In any case, you must use your personal talents to guide and the dearly desired towards you. Your fears will rise up. Your expectations that others should already be attuned to your needs will be confronted. You are alone and small in a field of seeming opposition. It is time to go with your gifts and pull out your talents and use them. However meager you may think them to be, this is what the universe is asking of you now. Trust the higher self. Pull out the pipes and blow your life's breath into them. Give it your all. This is the ego's battle to transcend its boundaries. It is a time of interpersonal breakthrough and growth. You are coming to terms with life around you. This is a creative conflict or the therapy stage of a relationship, a cleansing intensive. All your energy is called forth to empower you. So, yeah. The 10 of Cups, your heart has found its home. Put your full energy into all you love here, holding nothing back. The 7 of Cups, the force overpowers you. You are swept away in an ocean of sensation. Visions totally inspire you. This is a peak experience. You may have to increase your tolerance for bliss. Once again, allow. Let yourself feel the happiness without fear. The wave may subside, but it will rise again. The illusion is that all future problems are solved by the wave of love you feel. No. This wave has come because you were complete with your past. You fully let go and went ahead. You tied up loose ends and let yourself take some action in your own behalf. When you are current, the current is strong. So ride the wave, enjoy it, live full of grace, but appreciate and be here now. Keep your eye on the present and continue to give yourself permission to be fully yourself. You did not earn this experience by self-denial. You may deserve it, in your opinion, you may deserve it, in your opinion, to balance a previous period of self-denial, but that is not how you got it. You got it by being you. You had nothing to lose at the time, so you let yourself be. Now continue to live fully. Like there cannot be a consideration of how other people are going to react to you. There can't even be an expectation of hanging on to the people that you're concerned about. Because if you are concerned about specific people in your life, your family, friends, whatever, and their reaction to you expressing yourself and you allowing yourself to take action towards a dream, to follow your intuition, to show up in a way that is in alignment with you, they don't really deserve to have access to that. And it's the same as far as like expecting the other shoe to drop. Like I was saying, like with the 5 of Cups of how past things have or have not worked out for you. Because we also like get stuck in that, like, this is how it went before. This is how it always is. And that's just homeostasis. That's just the programming, the patterns, the behaviors that are outdated. And I don't necessarily think that we can stop those things, but we can certainly recognize when they show up, and we can not give them the emotional energy and just recognize them for what they are. Like it's usually like I'm in uncharted territory, or there's a lack of creativity in my life, or there's a lack of purpose in my life. And that's, when those things start to get really loud. especially uncharted territory too, because we don't have data. We don't have results in uncharted territory. So all we have is how things worked out in the past. But we're not starting from scratch. We're starting from experience. We have a ton of experience. And even if there's 2 5s here too, which I just noticed, but even if, like the full picture hasn't been revealed to you yet, or you don't know exactly what it is or how it's going to look, the purpose is, or the point is, to take steps anyway, to do the thing anyway. And then, interesting, over here, we have the 9 of Swords and the Star card. I almost kind of feel it's like it's a very similar message, because it's the 9 of Swords is fear and doubt, insecurity, limiting beliefs, self-sabotage. I mean, there's this big ass spider and all these baby spiders, like that are, it's like your worst fears. It's your nightmare, the things that keep you up at night. Swords, again, like have to do with our mind. So it's, how we're perceiving these things. And it doesn't seem like it's going to be all, rainbows and butterflies. Like your biggest op is going to be your own mind. Your biggest op is what you believe is possible for yourself. The perception that you have. And at some point in the beginning of this reading, I also said something along the lines of, how much in control of your mind are you or not? How aware are you of the thoughts, of your programming, of your ego? And again, even, like when it gets loud, because it will, how are you going to take care of yourself through that? Because it's not a message to stop or to give up or to change direction even, or to make, dramatic changes. Our brain is literally designed to like keep us alive and to keep us safe, right? And the body doesn't, or the mind, and I guess the body too, but like the mind doesn't know that we're not like being murdered or something, like because of how much panic or how much anxiety is coming up in the body, right? Just because we are scared or we are anxious or, things are uncertain. So then our brain just starts kicking out all the past shit, like all of the ways that it didn't work out in the past, all of the limiting beliefs, and it does get loud. And that's, that's what it was for me yesterday. Like the way that I ended my day, I'm in bed. I'm like, at the point where I'm going to pee one last time. And when I went to get up, my elbow, like I put all my weight on my elbow, and it was on this wire that was in my heated blanket. And immediately my brain just went nuts with like, what if I would have gotten electrocuted and I wouldn't have been able to help myself. I could have died. My dog, like nobody would have known. My poor dog would have suffered. And oh my God, like what if I could have called, 911, but I couldn't get out of bed to go unlock the door so that they can come in here and see me, like in the state that I was in. Oh my gosh, like just I don't even know where that came from, but it was just like that all day yesterday. And that's not even necessarily like a limiting belief, but the amount of panic and anxiety that induced in my body and that activated in my body, it took me hours to fall asleep. I literally had to convince myself that I was fine if I died just so I could fall asleep. Like, that's how dramatic it was for me. Like, I shit you not. I was just like, fuck it. Like, if I go to sleep and I don't wake up, fine. I'm totally fine with it. Like, I had to do that just to get my brain to calm down, just to like get my heart rate to come back down. I'm not saying that's the best thing to do, but it worked. And I think it's also like, I didn't believe that I believed that I was going to wake up today. It was just like whatever I needed to do to just calm the crazy down. Right. And again, like, I see that as taking care of myself, even though I'm laying there like, I'm fine if I don't wake up tomorrow. Which again, like, I know sounds dramatic, but it worked. That's, this. And even like with the star card, this is Aquarius. Pluto is in Aquarius right now. Uranus is at the last degree of Taurus. It'll be moving into Gemini later on this month. But Uranus is about liberation and freedom. There's some sort of like freeing yourself from whatever has held you back, whoever has held you back, and for whatever reason. There could even just be like some effort having to be put into really figuring out what direction you want to head in, and also allowing yourself to go there in your mind. Like, if you stop yourself from imagining the best case scenario for yourself and what you really want out of life, like, this combo would be allowing yourself to go there. The star card is hopes and dreams, trusting the process. I see the star card as being like the literal space between like the 5D, where we go out to, it's the field, like where we're out there co-creating, getting clear on what it is that we want to bring down into the 3D where we are. And the star is like the literal space between those two things. And this is the grandfathers as well. So, there's an ancestral element to this. Like, you could maybe just feel patriarchal, ancestors around you. I'm actually kind of curious. Oh, I almost opened I opened to the moon, which is the card that comes after the grandfather's ascension. A light shines forth like a star from the heavens, revealing the wisdom of the ancient ones. I rest on the sturdy foundation of knowledge that comes from a past wholly lived, and I feel supported. We are a new hope within you. The old patterns of interference have been broken. You have reached a new level of communication with the ancestral energy of self. As a result, you can now experience renewed health and vitality. Through meditation, you have found your roots, your source of cosmic nourishment. We are the grandfathers. We have walked on the ground upon which you walk now. You are beginning to realize the meaning of our lives and are able to continue in our footsteps. we will begin to teach you of your spiritual heritage, for you carry within you a particular way of walking on the sacred path. It is your destiny to carry on from where we have led you. You drink from the waters of earth, and now from those of the heavens as well. You are able to take your highest vision and bring it into reality. You who have a foot in both worlds are the only one able to lift the consciousness of the human beings once again to a level of hope. It is you who can build anew. It is you who can walk in beauty within the created world. This is the interference. So that's what's going to be next for you. It's also even like a feel the fear, do it anyway thing. It's not allowing limiting beliefs or self-sabotage to stop you. It's taking that shit with you. That's literally what feel the fear and do it anyway means. Doing it scared. Doing it while you're anxious. Doing it without having an expectation of how it's going to work out or not. You know, it's literally, it's just information. And it's you taking steps towards your dreams. It's you getting more clear on what your dreams are. And especially because I have no doubt that you have the desire, you have the drive in you that says, like, there's something else that I want to experience. There's a different life that I'm capable of living. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. This was a little bit longer because there were so many cards, but thank you for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.